Welcome to Elevate with TC, where we think outside of the box for personal growth. Let's get started. So I was just driving and I had this thought, and I was like, this would be a good thought-provoking conversation. So I pulled over and I have to take a couple of notes real quick. I always keep my notebook with me just in case I get an idea. I can write it down and try to come up with something or try to make it make some sense. But it's about, like, sometimes you hear people say, they're like, this world will be a better place if this happened. All we need to do is this for this world to work better and everybody be happy. We just need to do that. And you hear a bunch of this and that. We need to do this. This needs to happen for a better world. And what I realized, or what I just started thinking about, and it'd be nice to go back and forth with somebody about this, I want to, bounce ideas off and see where we land. But what I realize is Earth is not supposed to be an oasis. Earth is really, it's a place where we come for training. That's what Earth is. Earth is a place we come for training. If Earth was supposed to be an oasis, it would be one. It would be one. If it's supposed to be a perfect place, then it would already be the perfect place. Earth is exactly what it's supposed to be, and it's where we come to learn compassion, to learn empathy, love, forgiveness, all the things that an oasis would be. Because right now, none of us are qualified to be in an oasis type of world. That's why we're here. We're here to learn. We haven't learned all the things we need to know. We couldn't, if we were in an oasis, we would throw off the oasis. If we were allowed, anybody that's on Earth was allowed into the oasis world, we would mess the whole thing up because we haven't learned all the lessons we need to learn to be at the oasis. We're learning those here. We're learning those on Earth. That's what's going on. And kind of to think outside of the box with this, I'm not sure, but this is just the topic. But what if, like, so you also hear that the little saying, like, some religions or some beliefs, some people believe that you're reincarnated. You keep coming back here until you whatever, So I'm going on that too. But I think we keep returning to Earth or repeating lifetimes over and over until we learn the lessons that it would take to maintain living in a world that's an oasis. I mean, it could also be like, what if you give up and be like, oh, this is just too hard. Earth is, like, give up and forfeit your training and you don't have to keep coming back. You just don't get to make it to the oasis. You just don't go. But what if you keep coming back to keep learning lessons over and over again to make it to the oasis place? I mean, that's just a theory on it. I mean, because one lifetime doesn't seem like enough to learn everything. Like that saying says, you know what I mean? Learn from the people around you, because you're not going to be here long enough to learn all the lessons yourself. That's why you got to kind of work together and learn from each other, because we're not here long enough to learn from learn it all ourselves. So we got to learn from other people that's had a different path. So I'm thinking that right there. So an oasis would consist of, it's pure harmony. This is what I think it would be. It's pure harmony, just perfect, but there's still free will. We've all just learned our lessons the way we've learned them, but we've learned them. Everybody learns different ways. You know, there's more than one way to do a kind thing for somebody. We could do the same kind gesture, but it's just done a different way because we're all different people and different personalities. So it's still free will there. You could just do whatever, do what you want to do, but compassion, empathy, all of the stuff. Like, there's no greediness. Everybody's kind of, sharing, helping, really all working together because we've all learned the lesson. So it's just, it's pretty much what we would dream of an oasis here. But it's actually that there. We can just think of it here. It's nice to imagine, but it's not going to ever be that here because we have lessons to learn here. So instead of actually just sitting there wishing things would be a certain way, how about we start working on ourselves and figuring out our hang-ups and learning compassion, learning how to love, how to forgive, how to be helpful, how to show, be grateful, all those things. Don't worry about what something should be. Worry about what you can do and what you can fix about yourself. Start with yourself first. Once you start with yourself, then most people will be able to, just lead by example. Lead by example. Quit saying what other people need to do to make something happen. You start by doing it yourself. And then as you begin doing it, other people will just follow along just because they see and you naturally do it because that's the habit you have picked up. So that's the start. Stop thinking about an oasis being an oasis. You train your own self on how you need to act at an oasis here. And then maybe you'll get there if whenever you learn all the lessons we all need to learn. We all got lessons to learn. Let's see what else I got. So somebody would probably ask, be like, yo, wouldn't it be boring in a pretty much perfect world? Even that the oasis is not perfect, it's just in harmony. People are actually just working together. We're not all robots moving. I mean, not yet, but we're not all just moving in sync, in unison. We're just think about being in a place where everybody respects each other, shows respect, common courtesy, just decency, just what you think of a night. When you think of that one person that you know, and you be like, man, that person is nice. He's one of the nicest person. Think of the nicest person you know. Think of the nicest person you know. Everybody's that nice person. That nicest person you know is not perfect, but they are the nicest person you know. And everything they do is for sure not perfect, but the intention behind what they do makes the things that don't work out not so bad, because you know the intention behind it was genuine. It was genuine. There was no malice behind it, nothing sneaky behind it, nothing, whatever, bad stuff behind it. The person actually did something, all right, let me give you an example. It's like, you let somebody borrow your car. You let somebody borrow your car, and you just tell them, all right, bring it back, fill up the tank, just fill up the tank for me. All right, cool. And so they fill up the tank, but at the same time, they're like, this nice person's like, man, I'm gonna go wash the car. I'm gonna go drive through so the car be clean, and it'd have a, full tank of gas, just to show my appreciation and how grateful I am for them letting me or the person use the car. While they're getting the car wash, going through the car wash, and the rollers are doing the thing on the roof, something snaps and it just scrapes, the thing breaks, things malfunction, breaks and scrapes the top of the hood. Then the guy brings the car back to you, like, man, this was an accident. I was trying to wash a car. You don't see right there. You don't get mad at the dude for trying his best and something bad happened. You see what I'm saying? His intentions was perfectly fine. Like, you would have been super happy if he brought you your car back and it's sparkling. But while he was trying to do something good, something bad happened. So you really shouldn't even be mad. I mean, it sucks. It does suck. You know what I'm saying? It sucks that your car got scratched. Okay. But the dude didn't just scratch it. Didn't just screw it up on purpose. He actually had good intentions. So that's how the Oasis would be. I mean, it's just a good person, good people, all good people there, but they do have just human flaws. That's what an Oasis is. Like, it's not somebody driving down the street and just throwing a Snicker bar wrapper out the window. There's no intentions like that. Say they're in the Snicker bar, put the paper in the cup holder, and while they're enjoying their time down through the hill country, open the sunroof, and gust of wind, just some kind of wind comes through and picks it up and blows it out the window. Like, stuff has happened sometimes. That type of stuff happens. There's no bad intention, no throwing stuff out the window, but something could fly out. But the thing is, since everybody there is a pretty decent person, the next person that sees that on the ground will just pick it up and be like, oh, that might have flew out somebody. They don't instantly think somebody threw it out the window. They're just like, oh, it must have flew out of somebody's car, and just toss it in the trash. There's the Oasis place. That's how the people act. Everybody's considerate. Nobody thinks anybody's out to do anything, because nobody's out to do anything. We all learned all these lessons here on earth to make it to the Oasis place that everybody would like this place to be. So it's not going to be boring. It's not going to be boring, because there's things that happen, these are just the top quality people that make it there, that learned a lot of lessons. Nobody's perfect, but they've learned all the stuff. And for the people that are like, well, I need some action in my life. You know what I'm saying? I need some drama and all this stuff, and they want to keep up some mess and not learn nothing, not learn from their mistakes. They can just stay here. Just don't try to be the best person you could be. So that means you will never make it to the Oasis. You will always, and just say, like, if there's a reincarnation type situation, like we keep coming back for lessons over and over until we get it right. If that's the case, well, they can stay here. Those people that need some drama and need some stuff like that, this is the place for them. But the people that are really genuine good people that want to move on and try to do something different with their life and be the best person they want to be, just because they're being the best person they want to be. We don't even know if the Oasis exist. But that's how you get there. The thing is, it's like when you're at an office, when you work at a place, and if the employer, the boss or whatever, puts in a camera in the work area, everybody's gonna work different. They're gonna work different. They're gonna act like they got some sense. They're gonna, so it doesn't work like that here. We get our free will. Doesn't feel like we're being watched. You know what I'm saying? The way we do our thing is just out the kindness of our heart. You got to get there genuinely. You know what I'm saying? You got to get there with the pureness, authentic version of yourself, the best version of yourself on your own. Because we don't know if there's even Oasis. So you're putting in your own effort to be the best person. That's how you get in there. You don't get in by, oh, God's watching me. You know what I mean? So I better act right. So if he's not watching you, you're not going to act right. So that's what I'm saying. So you got to, be genuine. Do things from the kindness of your heart. Do nice things because you just know that they're right. We all know right from wrong for the most part. And the people that don't know, they just stay here. But if you want to make it to the Oasis, to that better place, I'm not saying like heaven, but I don't know. This is just I don't know where it is. But I'm just saying, you would have to just be the best version of yourself to make it to that Oasis. And yeah, I think yeah. But for the people that don't want to go, just keep being trifling. You know what I mean? Keep doing stuff, lying, messing up. Just, y'all know what to do. That's how not to get into the Oasis. All right, well, if this was a fun, thought-provoking topic, like, share, and subscribe. And I like to hear something in the comments. All right, take care.